Rich, what is going on today? We'll start with.
Well, today we're hosting the FBRA States Championships for the Florida Racing League, the cycling teams, and it's being hosted by Martin County Parks, and Kevin Abonte, the Parks Director, is also the meet director. And we've got about 800 riders in town from all over the state for it's a true state championship, and it's good for the local economy, good for Martin County and Stewart.
Why does the Treasure Coast Sports Commission want to be involved in something like this?
Well, it's a unique, what we call a marquee event that's for the area. 2 years ago, it was hosted here, and it was such a huge success. The Parks Department bid on it and was awarded again to this area. Being out at Hal Patioki Parks, the beautiful setting. Tomorrow's time trials will be down in Indiantown, and that's another unique event. So having it here is good for the economy. A lot of hotel rooms. The folks will be staying here. We know that 5 hotels are sold out, which is always good for the economy.
Yep. Now these are all Florida riders, yes?
That is correct. We got them as far north as Panama City, Tallahassee, all the way down to Miami, and they'll come in here. And we started this morning at 7 o'clock, and we'll go to 7 o'clock tonight.
So what are the different categories, the different groupings?
Well, it's based on their capabilities, but primarily on their age groups, and then their classes within their age groups. We've got some riders that are 60 plus that's in here, and this morning at 7 o'clock we had the youth riders go off that were 8 years old. So it's really a very family-oriented type event. You see a lot of kids riding, and then they come and watch your parents, and then you see some parents are doing it. If I got to be here with my kids, I like cycling too, might as well do it with them.
This is really a sport that you can take through your whole lifetime, isn't it?
It's a quality of life type of event and sport, because everybody wants to stay fit, and cycling is one of the toughest sports, because it's the number of cycling events that I've worked with. You take NASCAR that's on 4 wheels and you put cyclists on 2 wheels, and you've got turns like you go into turn 1 and they're 2 or 3 inches from each other doing 40 miles an hour. Right. And so it's not for the faint of heart, and it's exciting.
Yeah, this is not recreational cycling, but these guys are serious. These guys and girls are serious.
Well, and part of this is amateur, but there is a pro race built that's going to be coming up after lunch, and so that's the exciting part of this. It fits all capabilities of the cycling community.
Some of these athletes have a future in front of them as far as cycling goes?
Yeah, and talking and learning more about this, and what Kevin, he says he's got 7 former state championships just in one division that's here, and these could have been former folks that rode during USA cycling events, qualified for them, and maintained that quality of life all the way up to what they're doing. But it's what you mentioned. It's truly a quality of life event.
Yeah, I just see it as a sport that, as you said, you've got 8-year-olds here and 65 plus. I mean, this is really something that competitively it's a great sport, but also in terms of health, it's something you can continue throughout your life.
Well, it really is, and I think that's when people that get involved in cycling see that. I mean, some of these bikes that are out here are upwards of $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000, and so it's an investment on their part, but again, it's a sport that they truly believe in.
Mike, what is the role of an official at today's race?
Well, we have more than just myself. There's actually four of us out here working, and I have one extra besides myself. And what we do is we make sure that the race is safe, fair, and it's done to the rules.
What makes a race safe?
Safe is the course is safe. In other words, there's no obstructions, no cars on the course, that type of thing, so that the riders don't have any mishaps because of something that we've done.
Yeah, and I notice in terms of parking and logistics, there's people crossing this raceway, aren't there?
Yes, there is, but the thing is that we make sure that the riders are not in the way at the time when that happens. We've done a lot of work. I was here last night. I was here last week. Kevin's done a great job here with his group from Martin County. They've done a just super job.
Okay, so what makes a race fair? Because that's one of your other jobs, make sure it's fair, right?
Well, we have a set of rules that we use from United States Cycling Federation, which is sanctioned under. And there's certain items in there, such as, gentleman just asked me about junior gearing. Juniors are not allowed to run, but up to a certain gearing, and it all depends. It could be 53, a 52-14, or a 53-15. The gears, they cannot go over 26 feet with one revolution of the crank.
Okay, so now that means taking a look at the bikes themselves.
Yes, there is regulations on how the bikes are set up. There's certain geometries that you cannot have. They can't be running aero bars, that kind of thing. Here.
So you've got to kind of know what you're doing, don't you?
Been doing this a long time.
Yeah. How'd you get started, and what's your experience been?
Racing.
Yeah.
I used to do this racing. I went to Masters Nationals 2 years in a row, and then I got to the point where I can't race anymore. I had cancer 12 years ago, stage 4.
But you still ride?
Once in a while we do ride, but we don't ride. I don't ride
Not competitively or anything like that.
No.
But it's a hard sport to give up, isn't it?
Yes, we do this because we like the sport. All of these, like I said, I have one of my officials here today. He came and he volunteered today, just because, and I'm glad he's here.
Yeah.
So,
what is it about this sport that kind of gets not only your adrenaline going, but gets in your blood, so that it's just something you wake up in the morning wanting to do?
family.
Yeah.
It's like family. We all know each other. So, for the most part, even though that there's some people from Tampa or Jacksonville or Miami, we know each other. We all know each other from being around the racing.
A lot of these competitors have raced with each other before, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. And I'm probably 6-7 weeks in a row now for doing the racing. So yeah, they all get to know me really well.
Okay. Any mishaps so far over the weekend?
Just a couple of people went down in a corner, clipped the pedal, that kind of thing.
Yeah. There's
scrapes and bruises.
The competition is pretty serious, isn't it?
Yes, this is the state championships. This is for all the marbles. You get to wear the state, you get to wear the jersey if you win in your category for the whole year. Till next year's state championships again for the criterium. And then tomorrow we go out to Indiantown and we do the time trial out there, which is the state time trial championships.
So where would competitors go from here?
It's a tough life getting into the pro division, which we will have later on. We'll have the Pro 1-2s out here racing at 7:15, 7:30 tonight. This sport isn't like tennis or one of those.
Right.
You're not in it for the money.
Right. Yeah. But the state winners move on to higher competitions?
No, what happens actually is if they won the states and the Cat 4s, they would move up to probably Cat 3 because of the point systems, that type of thing. So once you get up into the pro division or the Cat 1 division, that's pretty much where you would end up. And a lot of it, like right now, we have the men 50 going on, men 50, 54, 55, 59 groups going on. So there's actually 2 groups out here running at the same time.
Wow. That's what I find exciting about the sport is that it's a lifetime sport.
We had a rider earlier today that raced. He was 80 plus.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
But it's something kids start, and for the younger riders, how are they gotten involved in this kind of sport? I mean, there's really young riders.
That's a really good question. But for some, it may have been through BMX. For others, it may have just been riding and knowing their friends at road. We have a couple of really good teams out here with some good coaches that really do a great job with the juniors, and they have good junior groups. The juniors are they just an amazing group because we just talked about the junior gear ratios, which are smaller than what you're allowed. The junior gears is not the same as what older riders would be able to ride, and we have some juniors that ride in the Pro 1-2s with the smaller gears.
Yeah. How would somebody get involved in a sport like this?
Here's one thing you can do: find somebody riding first off in a group ride. There's a lot of those around here. It's bicycle clubs, and get used to riding with people. And then come out here, and we have an entry group, which is Cat 5 for men, and we have Cat 4 for women. And the juniors, they would start off as a Cat 5 in the junior division. And they can do a one-day license. And then if they consider that they like to do this, they can actually get an annual license and race all the time.
You have to train every day. You have to eat good food. no alcohol, no bad food. Okay, no, and you have to be happy when you do this, and you have to feel comfort when you feel pain. Yeah, because this sport is very hard. Yeah.
Before a race, how much do you warm up?
30 minutes, 35, 40 minutes slowly, you know. Yeah.
You have a race coming up?
Yeah, the next. I'm the next, yeah. I'm coming next.
Good luck with it.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Introduce yourself. First names only.
I'm David.
And this is?
She's Daniela.
Okay. And you're a proud dad, yeah?
Yes,
Why?
yes, I am, because she's my very champion girl.
Yeah.
Last week she was first place, and today was fourth place. This is the second time that she's running, and she's gonna be a real champion for USA.
Excellent. What do you like about this sport?
That it makes me feel like I am big to win and to do stuff that some people can do. It's all about God that I could do this.
How many races do you think you have been in so far?
2.
Yeah? And you've done pretty good?
Yeah, I won.
Yeah. How does that make you feel when you win?
Happy.
Tell me about your racing experiences. How did you get involved in this sport and why do you do it?
I got involved. I used to do triathlons, so I got involved after triathlons. Cycling's more fun and it's cheaper.
What's special about today's event?
What's special about today's event? I like it's close to home, and it's a state championship.
Yeah.
So a lot of women get together, and it's an opportunity for women cycling, which we don't get that a lot in Florida, in South Florida. Yeah, local racing. Yeah.
What's the competition like?
I thought it was really tough. I didn't expect all these women to be so fit, because we usually race with men, and we think that's hard. But I'm like, a lot of these women are really strong.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How long have you been cycling, and how'd you ever get started?
I've been in cycling for 7 years, and I used to be a marathon runner, endurance athlete, and then I just fell in love with cycling, and I just quit running altogether.
How does cycling compare with other sports that you've done?
Oh, cycling is way more challenging than any other sport I've done. There's so many different variables. Technique and strength and power and experience and skills.
Stamina for sure.
Stamina for sure, strength, and lots of training required.
Rate this event for me on a scale from 1 to 10.
It's a fantastic event. Kevin does a fantastic job. The course is a little challenging. I loved it, but took a little crash in the tight corner back there. But it's a great event. Okay. Excellent event.
All right. And your evaluation? I asked for 1 to 10. I didn't get that, but that's all right. That's all right.
10 being the best.
Yeah, 10.
I'll say 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's very organized, and it was very punctual. It didn't, a lot of other events, I feel like they waste our time if they're like 1 hour behind.
Yeah.
And I thought we were like within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Well organized.
very well organized.
Kevin does
Yeah.
a great job.